So, the stream is starting soon. Let's start a little bit early, I think. Yeah. So, what are we going to do today? I think it's in the title. We are now starting to implement the most important thing. It's comments, or posts to be exact. Yeah, it's actually not that easy a topic because the decentralized nature of ActivityPub doesn't allow us to implement it using simple database entries, since we do not want to have them directly in here, copied into our own database. What we want is essentially on the database, the ID must be a string. More specifically, it must be the URI to thing of any post. So the post ID is always a string, and in our case we will be doing it by saying PS, or let's say prefix entity ID, numeric ID. The entity, for example, can be user, post, etc. And the numeric ID entity ID. Depends. For example, we are going to write a Git server, but we are currently doing the social media tracking part, so issue tracking part. The entity ID may be numeric. In this case, it's a snowflake. Or it might simply be the Git blob ID, which is hexadecimal. Or, yeah, that's essentially what we are going to do. I'm looking down again. Let's fix this. That. Yay. Better. Like this. So, that's the post ID. So that's the first thing we are going to do. So settings.py if debug. In case of debug mode, we don't really want to care about what we about any type of valid URL. We will just assume localhost 8000 if nothing else is given. So forest URI prefix or HTTP localhost 8000, else URI prefix is required. in debug mode. So let's implement snowflakes. Cool, someone called the stuff snowflake. Of course they did. So it's a Twitter snowflake, since Twitter initially used this. It's MIT license. Cool. Yeah, let's vendor in a dependency. So let's vendor in this dependency. Let's add a link to it. I want a permalink like that. Remove the line numbering. So that's the version we are using. I trust that it works. Like that. Let's reformat it a little bit. Oh, let's not. And the settings will also require an epoch environment that gets git forest snowflake epoch, which is in this case by default do they want as an epoch. In milliseconds. Okay, Unix time milliseconds. Like that. Yep. So that's the snowflake epoch. This keeps our snowflake IDs relatively small for now. So let's make our first model. The post model.models models.model this way. Big integer field. It's also always possible and so we want in our case, Django it's actually we want a car field and the max length, so Django car field. Okay. fpk gain from Django dot convert settings from so dot snowflake import snowflake generator. It's the snowflake generator, and the epoch is settings dot epoch. Prefix is settings dot, how was it called again? URI prefix. So this returns a string. Let's use an f string. Next generator, we want the type, so we want to return actually a callable st. We want a t.callable, which is called with an empty thing. Entity type is a string. Def generator, and we want to return the generator. Prefix type, so ID is car field, max length is 512. This should be enough for most things. Primary key true, default. Okay, primary key is it's a primary key, and we have pk, so default is pk generate post. So we want the users to work exactly the same way. So custom user model. Actually, we want a custom default. So how's the user model? Okay, that's a hard setting. The model is social.user.models.user. So user, which is an abstract user whose ID works exactly the same in this case. Snowflake gen is an entity type. We do not need this. return next generator. Instance. What is max instance? Let's ask Python. 1023. So, and we need secrets. Instance ID is secrets dot random bits. We have how many? 1023 is 10 bits. Instance is instance ID, which is randomly generated. Social.snowflake imports generator. Okay. I don't like the typings here. Okay. Time.sleep. Next self op. This one is optional. So sleep 10 millis 0.01 to generate so now it is ensured that it returns an integer and doesn't fail silently. So this one is a positive big integer field. Primary key is true. Default is big agent post. So snowflake gen. Let's use this. Actually, I think it's better to do this. URI again. Entity type string. Snowflake is an integer which returns a string. This way we need a snowflake. URI again. Post serve.id. I should do it. Is it a positive? Why can't it have a default? Classic! Oh, come. It's a classic. You know, this is a fucking classic. Of every system that works this way. Here it sees it's a positive big integer field. It doesn't notice that it's a descriptor, and suddenly everyone who is using the descriptor gets this fucking type error. Why can't they still not see it's a descriptor? How hard is it to make it a descriptor? Like, seriously. Descriptors are fucking useless in Python because of fucking typing. Yeah, okay. This is an obvious mistake. Let's make it like that, and the problem goes away, but here... Sorry. I'm literally thinking about disabling these types of warnings because they are fucking useless in files like these. If someone has a solution for it, please come forward, but... At this point, I don't know what to do. So how do I disable type checking, because this is pissing me off. Type ignore. Better now. So, since we are using a custom field, So abstract base, user manager. Let's use many to many. So the next point is we need to create a custom manager. Entity type self.id. It's an entity type. Entity type. The entity type is post. This one is user. Object manager. So it needs an author, which is a car field, max length, index true. This way everyone, actually in this case we are very sure it's a foreign key. Why is car field not exist? Okay. Models.foreign key to user, because we know only our users can post stuff to our page. We know that it must be a user that created it. So 2 is a models.car field, max length is 512, index true. And reply to, let's do it later. So that's essentially what we have here. We have a content. Let's make a text field, done. Let's allow it to be empty. Django manage migrations, I think. The model operation. String model references must be this way. Okay, I can do that. Done. It's not been installed. Yeah, that can be an issue. Done. It needs to have a on delete. On delete models dot. We want to tombstone them, so no, we want to keep them. Yes, set null. So we know that either it's tombstones content so if we delete the author, we want to keep the content. Otherwise, we are going to cascade indefinitely. So we just set him to 0. Make migrations. Okay. Done. It created posts. Cool. Let's remove the database. Let's migrate. Let's see what happens. I think we also need to do an admin thing, they told us. So we want to do this. I see. Run server. So localhost 8000. Wonderful. Create super user. Summit example.com. It's it. Okay. Skip password validation. It's a debug user anyway. I think it was admin. Of course, we need to run the server. So we have users whose ID is wonderfully small. Cool. So now we also want posts. So custom admin. Create admin. Okay. So let's run it again. Let's try it again. We can add a post. I'm the author. Test message. Save. Cool. So we have this now. Let's write some views. Request HTTP request, HTTP response. We have a negotiator for the request and .negotiate. Type text HTML application activity plus JSON. Also just JSON. And link data plus JSON. And type text HTML. Let's just do this and add an additional template. Let's remove this template index HTML. So we want a block pre-app and block. I think that was the syntax. We want block head. And in all cases, so this is by user. Since we do this by Snowflake, that allows the user to be renamed. So objects dot get object of 404. That's the fastest way. Get object of 404. User ID is an int user ID. So user.html extend index.html we have a block, we want to use it. We have two blocks actually. Script ID equals, we have a script in this case. Type cation xURI prefix. Let's data URL user ID Django template raw JSON. How do I do a raw JSON? Django template raw JSON. Escaping the file for using it. So JSON script, okay. Data JSON script. I see. I see. Prefetch. And here we can add O status. Not O status, but so we want some basic previews of our content. And we have this, but I think Django templates don't really support that. Don't. And I don't want ld plus JSON. I see. Which meta tags exist. So HTML meta tags. In this case we have none. And we want something similar, so Django custom filter. So what do I have to do? Don't want to have template tags. I want filters. But I have to do it anyway. So okay. Plate tags. JSON LD script.py. Init.py. And then I need this. And then I need this. And then I need JSON script. Django GitHub JSON script. Hallo? Django GitHub JSON script. Okay. This seriously makes me question. Okay, tracking failed again. Let's restart the tracking. Properties, wrong properties. I find it interesting that it always fails and only fails if it's actually recording being recorded. So Chrome, please don't troll me. Whoops, that was the wrong one. No, this works. Properties. So, properties. Now, cool. So, this just made me wonder why anyone would be using Google, because Google did not. I was searching for this, or not exactly this, but this was close enough. Like, close enough. So we want default filters actually. We want to go there. We just gonna copy this. JSON is a module. So, and it's ld plus JSON, d plus JSON, JSON ld script. So, and we want the default context to be. We don't want a default context. just need to register them now. JSON script. Like that. We need to load social noun. JSON LD script, we will see. JSON LD script. And we don't actually need this. We want to only have one of them. And we assume it's our own URL. So, cool. And now we want to build it. Return. We have a type, which is an activity pub from docu dot namespaces import activity pub dot user and id is user.url activity pub dot name is user.username. Return response. Application activity plus JSON. Content is rendered like that. We have data here, which is rendered. Data like that. And we should now be able to display a user. User ID is show user. Hope this works like that. Localhost 8000 admin, so we have a user. Localhost 8000 Django URL patterns. I think this changed at some point. I see. Makes sense. Int user ID. Let's run it again. Let's try it without a change, without this. Cool. see. How do I use this async? Mean this changed in Django for I see. Let's add some utils. Do we already have utils? But let's do it later. Sync def get object of 4 or 4. S is a from typing. Import typing is t is a t dot type models dot model keyword. This is a t is t dot type var t bound to models dot model from Django dot models model. Actually import models t. This is t dot any returns a t object dot filter args dot get Django limit I want to have exactly one of them. If len user equals 0, return raise HTTP 4 or 4, else Django query set. Asynchronous iteration has been added. Okay. Other trick. Async for user in. Return user. Otherwise return HTTP 4 or 4. And now we can just await it. So, where does user come from? From Django.db import models like that. Yeah. CLS cast.any. So now it doesn't. Now since it doesn't know like that. So and user comes from should work. User object indeed does not have attribute URL. Why doesn't it? Django public URL for model. Not like that. Not like that either. So URL doesn't have any. Cool. Okay, then not. Let's try this again. Yeah, true. That's where we came from. It's called URI. Let's inspect it a little bit. We should. Maybe not index.user, but user.html. Maybe not extend, but extends. Okay, and if load wants to be the first one, then we have a problem. Cool. And it has the JSON LD here. Cool too. And next run next pkg's insomnia. For the same URL. We get this. id plus JSON ld plus JSON. Done. Cool. Now we just want to compact it, because this makes sure it works as expected. So JSON LD, and we want to make a generic view. Dual use is a simple view. Since we only want to use get, self.request sync def render JSON LD, which is a dict, which in this case runs this and then runs this. in our example. Actually, let's do it a little bit later. Case runtime error. Not implemented error is a better error. Let's implement this. So rendered is wait self.render raw ld from py ld.json ld import compact. So new context equals async def get compacted is await compact. So we want to have the default document loader. Async def get document loader self so we want get document loader. Very simple. And loader is self.get document loader. We want self.new context. Actually, let's call it context. And we want rendered. So, and we want to render the compacted version. Same with the HTML version. Since in this case, it's even easier. Compacted. And get meta tags self, it's a ticket. And it returns this. So request JSON self.request actually d.html and meta is wait self.get meta tags. And only for this and return await and.negotiate. Easy enough. Show user is a dual view and default context is activity pub def render raw ld user is await get object or for user id is user id like that. Return this. We can now say show user and show user.su. No, we don't need this. We want this. Django as view. Which for some reason I see. Got an unexpected. I see. So args, kw args, kw args, and here two args, kw args. User ID is an int. User ID. Got multiple values for. How can it get multiple values for the same stuff? Don't tell me, okay, this is bullshit. But oh well. One positional, but two were given at let's try this. Okay, now I'm interested. What does it think? I see. Args is this copy. Okay. Always get the request args, kw args, w args, and then to always get the request, and here too. HTTP request. HTTP request. So request. Again. Args is empty. I see. Yeah. That was the wrong one, but who cares? So request. Cool. Okay. Let's rethink namespaces for a second. Is none, so it's either string or none. Self.url is URL. So like that. Then we can do this and see if it gets better. It did not. Did not result in a valid thing because it's an invalid URL. Coroutine object is not callable. Wait, what? Where? Process context. This is always hard. Now I'm interested actually. Do I set a default document loader? I think I am not. So let's do it really early, like here. So document loader from ld.doc import httpx loader return http httpx.async client. Does this work now? It does. Cool. Unexpected. Yeah, this might be a problem. Star-Arcs, KW-Arcs. Cool. Do we get? Yeah. But it's not a user, it's a person. Actually. So head type person, name. Cool. So that's cool. But we wanted to do posts. Do we have a post object created? Yes. Content is a test message. Class show post. Dual view is activity pub def get document loader. Def get raw ld self post id is an integer. Ticked post is await get object of for of type post id return type pub.node id is post.uri activity pub dot wait get object of for user id is post.user id Django async reload and the URM okay. User.objects dot so difference we have a filter give me a shell social.models import post objects first await author id the wonderful id which of course it can't find get wait so tpub attributed to, I think it is. To, yeah, it is. So attributed to dot ui pub dot to is a list activity pub dot, we only support public for now. Exactly. Activity pub dot content is post dot content. Let's add it to the URLs. Post ID, show post, show post. Let's not do it via shell, via run server instead. And no message supplied. Do I return it? Use, I do. Render LD, okay. Render LD. Cool. ID attributed to. JSON LD. Documentation. Playground. Compacted to this. To test message. Let's recompact it. ID type attribute. Oh. Wrong type. Oh, here. Okay. So here's my JSON LD. I want to have it empty. And please contact me. Again. I see. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. So let's try it again. 2a is public, attributed to this user. Cool. And if we put this into Insomnia, we should be getting back. Yeah. Our test message. So the next thing we are going to do is creating a basic outbox. So the outbox doesn't always have to be posts, but they always have to be subtypes. So def create, make create, which is a t type of dual view, turns another type of dual view. Let's do this. Add class methods. So we need async def render raw ld kvargs real requests args kvargs render raw deep cls dot render raw ld self requests args kvargs raw ld. We need to await it and we need to run self with it. So return activity pub.create id is ld id slash create. Might not have an actor. It's our actors are not always this. Attributed to, okay. if raw ld activity pub dot attributed to in raw ld base actor is raw ld pub dot util2 pub dot 2 in raw ld actor activity pub util2 2 is dot 2 return base. So activity pub dot object is raw ld. Return type dot name so create is subtyping dual view and it is implementing render raw ld. So and now let's make a create create make create actually not my create dual view dot make create for show post no show post dot make create. Cool API, I like this. That means in the end we can add a create here, and in the end we should receive. Why is this uncompacted? Oh yeah, of course. So the context should be copied. So cds.context. Get document loader is cls.get document loader. Seems good. Seems nice. Did I close Insomnia again? I did. Create. Yo. cool. Next model we are going to create is a repost. So models.model, which is always an announce. Not yet. Before we do this is we want to have a collection. Item. This is very unique in the way how it operates. So who is a models dot? Everyone can do it, so we want to have a car field. Max length is 512. Index is true. Want to have a collection, which is a model.car field. Length is 512. Index is also true. Blank is false. Null is false, but it doesn't have a default. Null is false. Car field max length equals 500. Index true. Blank false. Null equals false. So you see we have a collection item. Like that. And if we want to have an outbox, we have a class collection. So let's do it like that for now. And we want to make a migration. Django field index. Okay. Not as easy as in Rails, but I kind of prefer this. Indexes. Let's see if this works. Models.index. How do I use this fields? I see. Let's see if it did what I wanted. It did not. Why did it not do what I want? So maybe let's try index equals true. So like that, and now create a custom manager for it. Class collection item object is manager collection item manager def deliver. Collection is a string. Who is a string? What is a string? Is collection item dot collection is collection. Who is who item dot what is a what? So, and we want to have a collection is a string self.collection equals we want this property def outbox. Now I know why we want the collection. Collection def iter at property def query the models.query set return collection item dot objects dot filter collection is self dot collection def iter self return self dot query dot iter async def deliver self who string what string return await collection item dot object is a collection item manager dot deliver and await self dot collection who what. So petty def outbox self collection self.ui slash outbox def ui self return self.collection. And now we can add to our view pub.outbox is ui.outbox.ui. So And here we want a class collection view is a dual view. Context is as always activity pub. Document loader as always a new async client. Get raw ld collection where so objects.filter get collection URI self request is a HTTP request. Also an HTTP request args kw args. It's not implemented error. This is an args kw args if request.get if page not in request.get, we can be sure it's not paginated there. Therefore, we can just return ID is section URI request args kw args self dot so this must be a string. URI type is an activity pub dot ordered collection. URI count is collection dot count count len self int return weight, then it's our count, and since it's our own type activity tpub dot total items is count activity pub dot first equals f URI question mark page equals 1 last page, so we have here per page equals 25 count per page flow this way. This dot seal we want to import math last is last page and in all other cases URI page equals, so page is request dot get page, and it should be an integer. Try accept value error, in which case we just say it doesn't exist. Type is an activity pub.ordered collection page. Activity pub.items equals, or is a list. So we make a query. Page -1 self.per-page 2 page times self.per-page. Items is a list, async for item in Q. Items append ID is item dot what? Actually, we do not need a who. Cool. Learn something new. So deliver what? This makes it easier. Is items. Where does collection come from? Aha. So how does the ordered collection page look like? Ordered collection page is an activity streams. Collection, all properties of collection, current total items. Part of next and previous. Okay. Activity pub.part of is in this case id URI. Activity pub.next. So base page. We want to return the base page. So we do this. So if page self.per-page larger than or equal than count, actually you want to check if it's smaller than count, base page activity pub.next equals id URI question page equals page +1. If page larger than 0, it has a previous page -1. So class user outbox dual view. Actually, it's a collection view. The activity pub get collection self request. Don't need it, but we do user ID return. So cool, we know it's async, which means we know this must be async, which means we know that this must be awaited, which means we need to know outbox.uri return. Cool, that was easy. Collection view large. Let's add an URL. User outbox. Outbox is a user outbox. Now let's create a new oh. This was a bad idea. Let's create a new super user. Example.com. So, genau thing. This should have logged me out. Perhaps that was deleted. Yes, it was. Goes signal. Created. Post save. So let's add a signal. Django signals. Receiver. Post save. Okay. Django async signals, are they supported? Oh God! Let's just try it. Deliver to local author outbox. Go post save. Okay. Sender is a post. Okay, WR, okay. Connection item is not none. Actually, if it is none, then we need to do we don't need to do anything. Create a new item. Item dot selection is instance dot user dot box dot id, which we know is again user instance dot author id, and we also know slash outbox. What is instance dot ui, and we know that it must be a create. Too much Rails, but that's to be expected. Like, let's do it like that. Let's create a post again. Test post, save. Post object has no attribute. User ID. Author ID. In this case, it actually doesn't matter. Resend. There's a user with this ID. Outbox. Key value must be a string. Let me guess, it is not a string. a bug. Collection, this is a property. Cool, did it return what I expected? Did I forget the ID parts? Yeah, I did. Let's see what we got now. That's better. Now we should have gotten a different thing. Items. Cool. And this should have been node. So essentially we have a basic user now. And you can post onto, or the user can post onto the timeline. Yeah. Cool. So the user has a timeline now. We can, using the admin panel, we can post onto the timeline. So yeah, I promise displaying them. Yeah. Yeah. Webpack watch. We need a Router fürs Welt. Svelte-Kit. We don't want Svelte-Kit. Is this what we want? I'm giving up on the JavaScript community. They didn't. If I find out that I can't use it because it has to, and if I don't want to do server-side rendering in JavaScript, what should I do now? If the answer is no, then okay. And how do I add SvelteKit without redoing my entire project? There's a Discord chat room. Okay. SvelteKit. Dismiss existing project. Nobody answers. You know what? I rage quit.